Okay guys, welcome back. It is cold up here in the north, but here is my Civic Ute that we're not working on today. We're working on something a little different today, but I want it like that. I want it low. Low. Okay, let me show you. I'm acting like an idiot. So here is my Honda Elment on the waffle wheels, which are the Acura TSX, TL Type S wheels. Now, I did buy a set of new wheels, which I'm going to show you guys when the adapters show up, and I don't like the stance. Now, these wheels are a little bigger because there was a winter tire, so I've, put a bigger tire on it, but that's way too much. I want to bring it down. I'm going to put a nice 20 on this, which I'm going to show you guys later, but we got a set of teen coilovers that we're going to install today on the Element, and we're going to do that just because, well, I want it low. I want it to look nice. This stanced out, and I'm not talking stupid low. My Civic Ute is low. It needs to come up just a bit. I'm actually going with a 16-inch wheel on that to make it look a little better. Just to give you an idea, that's on BC coils as well, and it's not stupid low. It's functional, looks nice. My SRT is on BC coils, but I need to drop it probably another inch to make it the stance that I want. And when the Element's warming up to get it in the garage, you will see the PT Cruiser is on cut springs, to be honest, but it is the height that I wanted it at. I would like to get coils, just this project's done. I don't want to spend no more money on it, so that's what that is. So the reason I was showing you that was to give you an idea what I'm going to do with this. I want it low, but I don't want it stupid low, but I want it to make it look like a nice rig that it is. So we're going to put it on coils. We're going to set a 20-inch wheels. Let me show you what they look like when that's warming up. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, you will know I did buy 19-inch Honda Elment wheels for it. They fit, I liked it, but I need to buy new tires. Instead of buying new tires, well, I bought new rims that had new tires, which are 20-inch Type R wheels, which are a 5x120. The adapters will show up today. But I wasn't a big fan of the 245/30/20. So no matter what, I bought new tires, to be honest. I bought a set of 245/40/20s. So once this gets on and the tires show up, I will take it in, get new tires. So when I lower it, I need to realize it's going to be probably, 5 millimeters wider and about 10 millimeters taller. So I need to keep that in mind. Worst case, if I have to, I can take some heat to it. Now, you will see this is a Canadian East Coast car. It's actually from the States. That's just a little bit of scale. It's solid, thank God. It's the only reason I bought this car. But on this side is the same thing. It is solid up there. I'm going to have to undercoat this car because I want it to last. But I do need about 4 or 5 inches of the inside or the outer rocker, which I'm well aware. That will be a different video series on this car because I do plan on keeping this car. I love my Element. What can I say? Especially wintertime, it's nice to have. This one is not all-wheel drive. We're all-wheel drive swapping it. We have a K24 already, and we have the manual swap for it as well. So it should be pretty fun. The factory exhaust, we are going to ditch probably in this video as well because we do have a full catback that we found from the junkyard of all places for Honda Elment. We picked up an Ingent full exhaust. So we'll be putting that on probably later on in this video because mine was rotten right there. As you see, it's not there no more. So I just didn't care because I knew I'd buy one and walk the yard one day and found it. So let's get going on this, get this swapped over. I think the rack here, the guard that you will see for the gas tank is going to come off because it's going to be too low. And we're never going to take this off-road anyways, so I don't need to have that on there because it sits, a good 2 to 3 inches lower than the tank itself. And that's how you install coilovers. Kidding. So the only downfall with the teens is we got to reuse the strut mount, the upper strut mount, which is right here. Now you should have a spring compressor for this. I don't have one, so I'm going to do what you shouldn't do, and I'm not going to show it on video because you shouldn't do it. So you will see we are getting this on, and if you look right there, we got the coilover on. I did snap the weld off that on purpose to put new bolts in there because I just thought it'd be nicer to have new bolts, and I had them in stock already because I got a bolt bin. So what I ended up doing was I measured 2¼ inches of thread off. I don't know how low that's going to put me. I think it was like 4 inches I wanted in the difference, but you can't really compare the old strut to the new strut because, well, I had to use the top hats and stuff off of these struts, off the old struts to the new struts. So that's done. We're going to work our way to the front. I'm going to put my tire back on for now. And then obviously I'm going to have to fine tune it anyways once it gets on the ground and my new tires get on, which will be later on today. So the front strut's super easy. You get your 2 bolts, 19s, and a 21 on the back side. You get your tie rod. Now the thing with an old tie rod is that right there. It broke. The cotter pins broke, so I'm just going to take a small drill, work my way through the one side. Now I had to do this to the other side too, so this bit might be a little old now. There it goes, one side. And then you want to do the same thing to this side. Now, I'm going to need both hands for that, but... So now that the strut's undone down here, we'll bring it down under the top part. Now, before I do this, I had the issue on the other side. I pulled it out and it actually overextended the axle. So I just took the axle nut off, put the axle back in place, and away I go. I should have something here, which I don't. So just be warned that you should have probably like bungee cord, ratchet strap. So it is now 2 o'clock. My spacers are still not here. I'm going to put the tires on, get this up in the air, and we are going to put the exhaust on this when we're waiting for the wheel spacers and wheel spacers to show up. Once the spacers are here, we can test fit our 20s, and then we can decide how low we need to go or if we need to go higher. So let's have some fun, guys. So unfortunately, when you get things from a junkyard, sometimes you got to do a little messing around with things, even though that they're meant for this car. And I'm going to show you why. Now, I did get this full exhaust. It's an in-jet exhaust for, I think it was like $20 at the local pick and pull, and it's off an Element. Now, I'm going to say, if I hold it like that, you can see that they tried to cut the stainless steel because, well, obviously they wanted the converter off of it, and they realized it was stainless steel, and they cut it off of this. Now, you can see... Look at the bubble gum on that. So I'm going to have to cut that off, grind it flat, so the existing pipe, which would be off the converter, will bolt right in. Once that's done, we're going to have to weld up that little cut that they did. I was going to stainless steel it, send it off to my buddy's shop, but they welded on the front flange. It don't really matter what I use. I'm going to use We'll see. I started to grind that off to get it as flush as possible, and I decided because of the state it was in, it was probably better just to cut it off. And I did have the old flange, so with the old flange I just need to go under the other parts car outside and get the rubber there. I'm going to put that like that, put that up where it needs to be, and then I could literally just weld that on once, and that fixes the spot that they had cut as well. So I can weld that, go all the way around. So that won't be too bad, and it's a lot nicer than the mess that's there. You will see that there is a dent in it. I really don't care. You don't see it, and well, the forklift probably caused that when it was getting put up on the pins at the junkyard. So Chris is bringing the coil down in spot just so we can see what we have. We did get our wheel spacers on. And as you see there, there is our 20-inch Type R wheel. Now, again, these are 245 30/20. We're going to go with a 245 40. So for now, it's just to get it on and see where we're at. So unfortunately, it's dark out right now, so we can't get this outside. But let me show you. Woo, yeah. A little bigger tire to add that little extra inch or so. That looks sick. Look at the back. So the back shows a little camber, so which you could live with that technically right now how it sits. Yeah. But I will get camber arms. I'm not big for having camber. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what the bigger tires bring. Chris is putting fluid in it, and then we can start up with a new exhaust and see what it sounds like. So a huge mess back here because we were doing stuff, but let's see what this exhaust sounds like.